In the spotlight this morning, a local singer, actor, and self-proclaimed roller isn't letting anything get in his way. In fact, his one-man show that's been on stage in New York is making its way to Little Rhodey. Brendan Cicerico is here to join us this morning to talk all about his work. Good morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so happy that you came in. We were looking at videos of you last week on, I think, YouTube. You posted a lot of videos of you performing. And just so everybody knows, you have cerebral palsy.
Yes, I do.
But that does not in any way, shape, or form or means stop you in any way.
I think it's really been a gift to me, actually. I think that cerebral palsy has given me the opportunity to share with the world what ableism means and what it means to be able. And I hope that that's something that my one-man show does, is makes people question about what does it mean to be able and what are we capable of? And I think cerebral palsy has given me kind of the perfect platform for that.
You really are inspiring. A lot of people would have something, a disease or something wrong with them, and maybe they would step back and give up and just sit there and just let life pass them by. You by no means are doing that.
Well, I think that disability sometimes does have a negative stigma to it, and people often look at it as a negative thing, but I think that my chair and my different ability is really beautiful, and that disability can be beautiful, intelligent, sexy, and all those things. So yeah, I also think that the thing that we think is a hindrance to us can be our greatest asset. I think that's one of the larger messages of my show and of my life in general.
Man, you really are an inspiring guy. Let's talk about some of the challenges that you do face in your daily life.
Yeah, I think, like I said, people often have a really negative stigma towards disability sometimes, and I think that art is a perfect vessel to change that. I think change really always starts with the artist, and I think the theater especially is a theater thinking person's medium, rather. So I think that's the cool thing about my show, is I hope that it allows people to think a little bit, maybe if they hold themselves back.
Right. So how about this? How about you tell us who inspires you? Because with what you've said this morning, I'm sure you inspire a lot of people, but who really inspires you? Who really makes you get up every morning with a smile on your face and really want to go out and do great things?
I love people. People are really fascinating to me. And I always think like everyone goes through their own set of unique challenges. Mine is just a little bit more visible. Doesn't mean that my burden is any less or any greater than anyone else's. So I would say people in general really inspire me, because I think everyone goes through things, and I think that's what makes my story and my one-man show especially relatable to a wide audience.
Is there a performer who you really look up to, or who you really admire or would love to meet someday?
Oh my God, so many performers.
Let's count them down.
Meryl Streep, I think she's the finest actress of my generation.
Sure.
She definitely is an inspiration to me. And also, honestly, my fellow performers with disabilities, I have to give them a huge shout out. There's so much gorgeous work being done by performers with disabilities across the world, and all my friends who are performers with disabilities also really inspire me to be better and do better work and really promote a truly inclusive message. You know, I think, like I said, change starts with art. So if we can talk about inclusion through the arts, I think that's where we can make an overall change.
Well, I want to tell you, you are really inspiring to so many people out there today, and you're very inspirational, and good luck with the show.
Thank you very much.
We wish you all the best, and if you would like more information about the One Man Show, you can head on over to our website. It is rhodeshow.com.